Minnesota Wild will have a former Gopher on their squad again. The third one, Rem Pitlick, comes in and ironically eats up that forward position. There were two heading into camp. Now it looks like he'll eat up one because he was picked up off of waivers from Nashville. Freddie Gaudreau has a chemistry with him. Dean Ebsen obviously knows those Nashville guys. Alexis, but do you think I hate to say fair, right? Because life isn't fair and I really don't care half the time. But do you think it is fair? He was picked up so late. He had missed so much of the season. I mean, anybody who watched the Gophers know what he's capable of. His dad, Lance Pitlick, an NHLer as well. But does it almost seem unfair when you had so many young guys stepping up, making a play for that spot, and then one is just taken by another guy who comes in out of nowhere?
I mean, a little bit. Yeah. And I'm glad you asked this question because it was floating around on social media and among the hockey community of like, oh, interesting addition to the team at this point in the season, preseason, I should say, and throwing him on there. And what does that mean for all these young guys that have been working hard to try to get one of those roster spots? But I will say this. If they, picked him up and they find him to be an important part of this team, or they can do something with him, I trust the management to make the right decision. I've had like more faith and trust in Minnesota Wild management in the last couple of years than I have had in my entire lifetime. So if they did it for a good reason. That either means that some of these young guys maybe aren't ready for that yet, or they think Rem Pitlick is just a better version of some of those young guys that they have who have already been on the team here. So I'm sure there's a good reason for it, but it is a little interesting knowing that there's a lot of young talent that we've seen in the preseason already. And even leading up to the preseason, we knew it would be coming to say, well, actually we're going to grab someone else from a different team and throw them on. So good luck to you guys. It is a little interesting. I'm not going to question it too much. I'm sure they know what they're doing.